Carl, do you see that?
Yeah, it's a lot of cards.
Those are an ensemblance of the most difficult cards to play we could find. It's called Judge Tower. One mistake, and you lose.
What am I getting myself into?
I'm Jesper, I'm the stream manager of Cardmarket, and I'm the keeper of the Judge Tower. Judge Tower is a game where you have a bunch of cards and you have to play everything at the fastest way possible in the first instance that is possible to you. If you don't, you lose.
All right, first rule, if you can do something, you have to do it right away.
Yeah, it's easy enough. So I go first?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, let's give it a go.
Oh, wait. You can play it instant.
In, like my... You try.
Exhibit A, you lose.
I wasn't thinking of my upkeep. This game is difficult.
Yes, you have to get to the idea of everything you can do, you have to do.
I guess you go.
I don't have an instant. Oh, I do have an instant now. I can't cast it though. No legal targets right now. I'll cast a Weather Seed Totem. And then I will try to counter my own Weather Seed Totem. However, there was mana spent to cast it, so it won't be countered. Weather Seed Totem is a 3-mana artifact that taps for mana, and it can also be animated to become a 5/3 creature with trample. I'll tap it for mana, and I'll animate it. Then I will cast a Painseer, which is inspired whenever it untaps.
In a regular game of Magic, you would seem so ridiculous right now. Like none of it you do makes sense.
Although I often seem ridiculous when I play regular Magic. And then I'll pass the turn.
So you pass the turn, and you don't want to remove your own creature.
Oh, you see,
Well, he tried countering his own spells.
Fair enough.
new cards always have the your opponent controls thing or something built. All right.
Rule number 2, whenever you can do something, do it when you have a target.
So poor Yaman, he doesn't. It's not the optimal play, but he has to do it.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, 2 down. That was fast.
You see why I like to... So, sometimes you just win because it's not your turn.
If you go last, it's a huge advantage.
No.
So I drew a shock in my draw step. So still in my draw step, I will shock you,
Accepted.
and this will get exiled.
18.
Now in my main phase, I will play Merchant of Secrets, and when this comes into play, I will draw a card.
Accepted.
I will play this, and I will play the Essence Sliver. I will play the Daybreak Ranger,
Ah, and he remembered.
and I will pay 3 life and get this -2/-2. It's your turn.
Yeah. Draw a card. I will play Timo and Lumia. Whenever I play a blue spell, something gets flying. When I play a red spell, everything without flying gets 1 damage. I'll play a Fate Unraveler. Opponent draws a card. It deals 1 damage to that player. A dense foliage creature can't be the target of any spell or ability. And an Angelic Sky Skirmisher. At the beginning of each combat, choose First Strike, Vigilance, or flying creatures you control get at the beginning of combat. I would like to trigger the Skirmisher. Everything has Vigilance now.
Oh.
Perfect.
And I'm done.
Okay, in my upkeep, this triggers, and I will choose you. So here with the Stagger Shock, I should target a creature, but since all creatures have Shroud with the Dense Foliage from Toffel, I cannot target them, so I have to target a player.
Yes. I go to 18.
I will draw a card.
That triggers Fate Unraveler.
I go to 19.
Yes.
I will play the Selkie. I trigger this,
Yes.
and I draw a card.
That will trigger the Fate Unraveler.
Okay, I will play Deny Reality, and I will return target permanent to its owner's hand, which is this one. And I will trigger Cascade.
That also works.
And I play the Sundering Growth, target this. Destroy target
I have an
artifact.
enchantment creature.
Yeah, this doesn't work.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so this
It's destroyed.
is destroyed. I will not populate because I don't have any tokens.
Beginning of combat.
Beginning of combat.
Yes, I will get lifelink again.
Okay, then I will attack with these.
All right. Angel blocks this. Fate Unravel blocks this, and that's good.
Yeah, but you should have blocked with this as well.
Oh no.
Oh!
Yeah, okay, I guess it was gracious enough to explain rule number 3.
Or you forgot rule number 1.
Yeah, you have to always block. That means everything. If you can block it, you know? Alright,
So who goes first?
loser goes first.
Loser goes first. If I lose again, I just never get to see a game.
Mom.
I am not going to be punished twice for this. So I know. In my upkeep,
Yes.
I would like to cast Quicken. The next sorcery I play this turn can be cast, although it had Flash, which I do have, but this has to resolve first. Is that correct?
That is correct.
This is a winding road, amigos. This is not going to be easy.
Step for step, right?
All right.
So wait, everybody fine with that?
Yes, sure.
I then cast Quicken. I draw a card. It goes into my hand. It's not the first card I drew this turn. Wait, it is! Still in my upkeep, I will reveal Vanishing Light, Vanishing Stroke, but I will choose not to do anything.
Here.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Okay.
Still in my upkeep. The next sorcery I play is going to have Flash. So I'm going to cast Ideas Unbound.
That works.
It's Arcane. I don't have any Arcane spells, so I can't splice onto Arcane. I draw 3 cards and then discard 3 cards at end of turn. Is everyone okay with this?
Very okay.
Totally.
Yeah. I still haven't drawn for turn yet. I'm going to put 3 cards into my hand. I would like to go to my draw phase.
Well done. You survived your first
I survived the upkeep. I'm going to
Better
draw.
than the last time.
Let's see if I can survive this turn.
That would be impressive.
That's not very nice.
No,
No,
I mean,
it
it's
would actually be impressive.
Yeah.
This was not an insult.
I'm going to play a Slayer of the Wicked. There's no vampires or werewolves in
Nothing.
play. Okay, good. No zombies. We have infinite mana, right?
Yeah.
So I have Devil's Play in hand. Can I just deal infinite damage to Jasper and kick him out of the game now?
Well, it's true that you win if you deal 20 damage to somebody in one turn. Unfortunately, we have the rule X is always 3 just because of this. So whenever you can choose 3 for X, you have to do them.
I will Devil's Play this for 3. But, well, does anyone have a response to this? You can't, because with Split Second, I'm going to attempt to sudden death my Wicked guy, giving him -4/-4.
Well,
All right,
Split second.
he's dead.
in that case, that Devil's Play is still on the stack.
Okay.
And I would like to cast Shunt to change the target spell with a single target. And then change the target of that spell to Jasper.
Ouchies.
Then play Scour Glass. If I sacrifice Scour Glass, I destroy all permanents except for artifacts and lands. Play this ability only during my upkeep. If I ever make it to my next upkeep, then I believe I will have to Banishing Stroke my own Scour Glass. Goes at the bottom of the library. Before the end of my turn, I did cast in my upkeep. It felt like months ago.
Whoa.
But I had an Ideas Unbound, and at the end of my turn, I have to discard 3 cards, which I'm very happy about because I did not want to cast this Fiery Gambit because there's too much text on it.
Lucky you got to get rid of your own creature fast
Woo,
enough.
saved.
Wow. Did you remember it? I would have forgotten.
I will pass the turn to Yamin.
All right, upkeep.
First clap
I
for
made
your first
it!
Yeah, we made it through our first
Woo, woo.
Carl turn.
You may go ahead.
I'll take my draw. During my main phase, I will flashback good old Devil's Play, dealing 3 damage to, well, Jasper, it's you again.
And go to 17 again.
Indeed. Then I will cast Clash of Realities. It's an enchantment that gives all spirits, when this creature comes into play, you may have it deal 3 damage to target non-spirit creature. And all non-spirit creatures have, when this creature comes into play, you may have it deal 3 damage to target spirit creature. I will follow it up with this Treefolk, which is a 6 mana 3/6 with Vanishing 3. When it comes into play or it leaves play, I will return another creature card from my graveyard to my hand. I will choose this Slayer of the Wicked to return to my hand. There is no spirit in play, so I can't deal any damage. I will cast this Slayer of the Wicked, which there's no spirits, vampires, zombies, or werewolves in play. And last but not least, I will cast Bessandra Battle Seraph. She's flying. Players can't cast spells during combat, and for 1 red mana, target creature attacks this turn if able. There's still no spirits in play, so she will come into play, and then I'll activate her ability to have this tree folk attack this turn, if able. I'll pass the turn.
I will draw. Ooh. So I will play this, which says whenever a creature deals combat damage that I control, I can draw a card, and I will draw a card. I will play this creature enchantment on this creature, which says it gets +2/+2, and it gains for 2 mana regenerate. And I would like to play this samurai.
So I assume it is my responsibility to activate this ability in response.
Is it your creature?
It is.
Does it have the ability?
Well, it's gonna be fun times remembering this during your next main phase.
The Samurai of the Pale Curtain says, if a permanent would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. This card is great for me because it's their responsibility to make sure that all their permanents go into exile and not their graveyard. If they make the mistake, they lose. And because everything was so sad when you discarded the Fiery Gambit, I will target it with Recoup.
More Fiery Gambits.
I will play Fiery Gambit, target
The Slayer of the Wicked.
and let's flip some coins. I will choose head.
Wow. I wanted to see
So
you draw
much
9
fun
cards.
could have been had. All right, this get exiled, and I'll pass the turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
You didn't think you'd get here, but here
I'll
we
draw.
are.
Ooh, look at that. You know what? Let's play a Scramble Wars. For each non-land permanent, choose a player at random, then each player gains control of each permanent with which he or she was chosen. Untap those permanents. Well, that's fun. All right, we'll take a die. We'll choose this one.
Okay.
So you are 1, you're 2, you're 3, I'm 4. All right, congratulations. Non-land permanent, this enchantment. All right, congratulations. You got this enchantment, this Slayer. That's mine, thank you. This is yours, Carl.
Man, I'm loving this!
Happy birthday. Oh, you get to keep the Samurai. That's also yours. And the Coastal Piracy is yours.
Oh,
right.
the only one that mattered.
Resolves. With that being said, we're all very happy what happened. We're gonna flashback Scramble Wars.
So this targets Scrambleverse?
Yes, because it has to target the sorcery.
Alright.
Okay.
Then Recoup gets exiled.
I'd like to point out that you should have regenerated your Slayer and you should have activated your ability.
Oh, I said okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Snipe.
Nice one.
So it's my upkeep.
So now that I'm dead, do I just get to watch from the bleachers and pay really close attention? And whenever you make a mistake, I just snipe you out?
No, I'm sorry. You have to be silent. The dead say nothing. You cannot say anything until the game is over, but you can say everything you want. So if we made a mistake, and inevitably we will do many mistakes, it's the craziest tower, please post them in the comments and see what we did wrong.
It's my draw step.
It sounds like a dangerous word to say in this game.
I will bestow this Thassa's Emissary onto my Samurai. Whenever the enchanted creature deals damage to a player, I draw a card. Attack Jasper.
I take 5, go to 15.
Alright, I'll draw a card. Still doing damage. I'll cast Makeshift Mannequin to reanimate Norin the Wary.
Oh, you're punishing yourself here.
I am.
Do you have to take the top creature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
And the turn is yours, Jasper.
Nice. I go to my draw step. Oh, yeah, great. So I will play this.
Trigger.
Sure.
So this gets exiled.
And the Couriers Capsule, I can sacrifice it to draw 2 cards, which I will do. This gets exiled, and I
They're
will
remembering everything.
draw 2 cards. And I will play this Blood Curdler, which has, at the beginning of your upkeep, mill the top card of your library. And Threshold, which we probably have, yes, it gets +1/+1 and has, at the end of your turn, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. Which I would like to trigger.
This one returns.
And it's a turn.
I will untap. I will take my draw. I'll cast a Frontline Medic, which makes Norin go away.
Nice.
And then I will head to combat and attack you with my Samurai.
And I will block.
Alright, Bushido triggers.
Nice.
Combat damage
Yes.
happens. Go ahead.
I will go to my draw step, and oh my god, in my draw step, I will cycle Blast from the Past, play it with Madness, play it with Kicker, and Buyback. And I will target this, and on stack, I will copy this.
Well.
So this goes to the graveyard, then the copy resolves, and deals 2 damage, and
I'd like to point out that you didn't choose new targets for the copy. You may do that.
that is correct.
Wow. Yes. Off a technicality.
All right. So I lost first.
But we lost at the same time.
I was in the responsibility to do something before you.
Yeah.
In my upkeep, I will play Grixis Charm with the mode of creatures you control get +2/+0 on the end of turn.
Good
They
choice.
do. Thank you.
Whoa. They do not. I would like to respond and put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 3 target creatures, which is 0.
I mean,
And
we have to
still
say-
on the stack, I would like to cycle the Gempom Strider.
Wow, your
And-
elves must be huge.
Resolves. So I draw a card and I trigger this.
Yeah.
And still, with this on the stack, I will cycle Solar Blast. I will target Geotoffle.
Ow.
And
19.
this triggers, and I draw this.
Yes, then we made it through. I will draw for turn. Okay, in my main phase, I will play one of my favorite cards of all time, Perplexing Chimera. If an opponent casts a spell, you may exchange control of Perplexing Chimera and that spell, which in this case means we will. And I will play Toshiro Umezawa, known for his very powerful detail. Bushido 1, whenever a creature an opponent controls is put in the battlefield from play, you may play target instant card from your graveyard. That would be exiled if I play it. That's me.
I'll draw a card. I will play Mirari. Mirari reads, whenever you play an instant or sorcery spell, you may pay 3. If you do, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy.
Which is funny because just in the story, everybody wants Mirari. So there you go.
So you're going to take Mirari.
It's my Mirari.
I'm going to play Chainer's Edict, targeting Yaspa.
That's very sad.
Well, his elves were getting out of control. I will cast Your Return, targeting the Gem Palm Strider.
Good choice.
It enters the battlefield. Nothing happens. It's 2/2. I will play a Leave Sky Knight, and Toshiro Umezawa is detained.
Wonderful. Thank you.
The GT got out of hand. I've successfully completed the second turn.
Love it.
I really hope I don't draw an instant. All right, I'll take my draw. It's an instant, but all right, it's a solid one. It's a counter spell. I can't cast it during my draw. I will cast a Thought Reflection.
Wait, what does it do?
Well, that's an enchantment, and if you would draw 1 card, you instead draw 2 cards. So I really don't want to have that one.
I don't want to take it, but I have to, right? It's whenever an opponent... So I have a Perplexing Chimera. When you play a spell, I exchange the control of Perplexing Chimera with it.
Well, don't go so fast, Carl. This triggers. In response to that trigger, I'll have to delay my own Thought Reflection.
I'm pretty greedy today. I'm going to also ask for this.
All right, well, this one you do get, so I get this Chimera.
So I'm delaying your card.
Indeed. So it is exiled. I'm gonna do the fun thing.
Yes, do the fun
My
thing.
initial plan was
not
to
doing that.
sacrifice my own Chimera, but instead I will cast a clone, which it can enter as a copy of any creature. It's a Chimera.
Very good.
I will then follow it up with a
God.
Celestial Gatekeeper, which when Celestial Gatekeeper is put into a graveyard, I exile it, and then I return up to 2 target bird and or cleric cards from my graveyard to play. So next I'm gonna flashback Chainer's Edict, targeting myself to sacrifice a creature. I'm gonna sacrifice the Celestial Gatekeeper, which will trigger.
This is where I do something. I will also trigger Toshiro, a creature an opponent who goes into your graveyard. You may play target instant. I will choose delay. I can't cast delay because there's nothing to delay. And then I will Grim Return, copy it with Mirari, and choose target creature that was put in the graveyard this turn. which would be the gatekeeper. The copy also gets the gatekeeper, so I get the gatekeeper.
You do get the gatekeeper.
And then the copy doesn't do anything because there is nothing to get. Do you
Trigger-
resolve it? Do you
trigger.
want to exile it?
It just gets exiled.
Didn't you have copied this with the Chimera?
I should have, and I'm dead.
Oh!
That's what I realized when Topolek pointed something out. I was like, I should be dead.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I go to my draw step. I will
There's lands in here?
play this. This comes into play tapped,
For fun.
and this triggers, and I gain 1 life. I will play Secret Agent, and when it enters the battlefield, an opponent gains control of it, which will be Toffel.
Thank you.
And then I will cast Deep Analysis, targeting cards.
Oh no!
That would have been so fun with a thought reflection.
I'm gonna draw these 2 cards.
Oh.
And luckily,
Oh no.
I don't need to do anything right now.
All right. You're done, right? In my upkeep, the agent deals 2 damage to myself. I will play a Moss Dog, Thrashing Moss Dog. It has Reach and Scavenge. Then I will sacrifice all 3 of those creatures for a Dread Return to target it on a clone. That will trigger my Gatekeeper. And the Gatekeeper, as Jamin tried to say, gets removed from the game. And 2 target birds or clerics, which there are, well, none. All right, so then the clone will enter the battlefield as a Sky Knight.
Okay,
And the Sky Knight will detain the Strider.
that happens.
And then I will scavenge on my Sky Knight for 3. Chip, they're both exiled. I will cast a Deep Analysis, copying you.
And you didn't want to copy
Yeah, I know,
either
I
Dread
forgot.
Return or Deep Analysis
No, I
with
just-
your Mirari.
I just wanted to copy, but then I forget it.
This deck is very hard to play. So I go into my turn, is that correct?
That is correct.
I will draw. Are you okay with that?
I'm very okay with that.
I have to play what I draw. In my draw step, I'm going to play Death Denied. It's 2 and X. Return X target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Darn it. I really don't want more cards. It's going to be 3.
Exactly.
It's going to be Clone, the Agent, and the Perplexing Chimera. I brought it back, guys.
In this game, you also will get to know very quickly if your opponents are madmen or just trying to survive.
I'm going to try to play the most conservative way possible. First, I'd like to play the Agent. You get the Agent.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
May I have another?
Then I will play an Ogre Slumlord.
I don't have any responses.
Okay. Then I will play a Perplexing Chimera. Then I will clone the Perplexing Chimera.
Yes.
Nice.
That's the conservative part.
Then I will play a Heartwood Storyteller.
Yes.
All right. I'll go to attacks.
Yes, please.
I'll attack you with the Gem Palm.
And I will block.
It dies. I will trigger my Ogre Slumlord.
Okay.
I'm getting good at this.
You're good, you're good.
I may put a 1/1 onto the battlefield. It has Death Touch.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
In my upkeep, this trigger goes on the stack. On stack, I will make a mana, a black one, and I go to
Do
18.
you always have to do that? That's annoying.
We play this
And-
game for fun. Like,
I will go to my main phase and play Hatching Plants. When this goes into the graveyard, I draw 3 cards.
I have 2 Perplexing Chimeras.
Yes.
And I'm not quite sure what happens here. I hope I don't defeat myself doing this, but I have 3 stacks triggers. So first of all, Heartwood Storyteller's ability goes on the stack. Whenever you play it on a creature spell, each of that player's opponents may draw a card. I have to.
Yes, go ahead.
Good. That happens. Now, I would like to exchange this for your clone.
You will have Hatching Plants, and I will have the clone.
Now,
Well done.
you may proceed.
Thank you. I will go to attacks and attack you with this.
This is not a creature. I will. I didn't say anything yet. I will block with everything that is not detained.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. I will order it like this. Then we can go to combat damage.
Okay, the rat dies, this dies.
Yes.
Now things died. Since this dies, I get another rat. Infinite rats. Great.
And go ahead.
This card is gonna get me. I'm sure. I'm gonna draw for turn. Okay, Jesper, I'm gonna start off
Yes.
by playing a Blind Hunter.
And this will trigger.
Hoped you forgot what kind of clone it is. So I assume you decide to trade.
Yes. This comes into play. Target player loses 2 life, and I gain 2 life, and I target you.
So you're at 22?
Yes.
I'm at 18. I will go to my attack phase.
Yes.
I'll
Please.
These come in.
And I will block this one.
You just don't want creatures. Yep.
Nope.
This dies. When it dies, I get a rat, and you also take 6 damage.
Yes. And I will still take this because it has Haunt. When this card is put into a graveyard from play, remove it from the game, haunting target creature. And I will haunt this one.
Then I'll play a Melita's Charlatan.
Sure.
Not much. It's a 2/3. It's a human wizard. The controller of target instant or sorcery spell copies it. The player may choose new targets for the copies. It costs me 3 mana and tapping it. to
Nice.
activate. Go ahead.
Okay, in my upkeep, I still make a mana. I draw, and I get a Quicksilver Dagger. Which has
You get a Quicksilver?
enchanted creature has tap. This creature deals 1 damage to target player, and you draw a card. And I will enchant this guy.
When you cast it,
Yes.
I have a trigger here, and I have a
Yes.
trigger here,
Yes.
and I have a trigger here.
Yes.
I will order them like this time.
All right.
I will trade control with it.
Yes.
You get this. This is
Yes.
yours.
Thank you.
Then I will trade control with it. It's still mine. And then I will draw a card.
Go ahead.
Hopefully, if I do everything right, you lose to damage.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Then the end of the turn, and I pass to you.
I will untap.
Yes.
I will deal 1 damage to you and draw a card.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
This, I choose 2 goals because now I can't do the copying thing anymore. Oh no.
What is up, Carl? Did you draw something funny?
I will choose, unfortunately, to play Opalescence. I will read Opalescence.
Known for its intuitive gameplay.
Yeah.
Each other global enchantment is a creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost. It's still an enchantment. Now this doesn't apply to auras, but my Hatching Plans is also a creature.
I would like to respond with this trigger.
Yes,
So this is resolved.
it does.
Yeah, but then you lose because of the hard story time.
Yes, I do. All right. Okay, if Jasper wins this, it's 3 points. So we have to beat
Match
Jasper.
point.
Anytime someone gets someone else to draw cards, it's Jasper.
That's what it is.
All right.
I love drawing cards.
I'm drawing cards.
So who lost first last game?
Jamin did.
Alright, well, in my upkeep, I'm gonna cast a Burst Lightning Kicked to deal 4 damage to Jasper. You guessed it.
Oh no!
This will resolve. I'll go to my draw.
Do you want to finish that sentence?
Yes, I do.
And he's gone.
Wait, so what happened here?
I have a cycling card in hand. It's an
Ah.
undead gladiator, and I didn't cycle it because I didn't read it.
It just has cycling. It really doesn't do anything.
Maybe you actually want to read it.
No, he doesn't need to read it. He will get to be aware when it's his turn.
It says activation only during your upkeep. Jasper, you have an upkeep.
Okay, so in my upkeep, I would like to discard Dance of the Dead, which is the card with the longest oracle text in the game. Return Undead Gladiator to my hand.
Good
And
play.
then still in my upkeep, I will cycle the Undead Gladiator.
He remembered.
I will draw Spirit Bonds, which gives me a spirit whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, and I can sacrifice spirits to give non-spirits indestructible. Then I go to my draw step. And still in my draw step, I will play Forbidden Alchemy, which is basically an impulse.
If you get through this alive.
I will take the Ray of Revelation, and nothing goes to the graveyard.
Just nothing.
Nothing. Don't care about those cards.
Okay, so then I would like to go to my main phase.
Ha! I will cast Forbidden Alchemy.
No, sure.
You've done enough. And I will choose this. And nothing goes to the graveyard. No, actually.
May I go to my main phase now?
Yeah.
All right, I will play Spirit Bonds. And I will get not very many spirits because this resolves. And I will play Ray of Revelation. And on stack, I will play Banishment. And this goes on top. And this goes to the graveyard because it fizzles. I cannot play my Agony Warp, and I pass the turn to you.
In my upkeep, I will return the Undead Gladiator with my spirit. And then I will cycle the Undead Gladiator, because that's what I have to do. Then I go into my draw step. And in my main phase, I will play a Tephrodam, which whenever this deals damage, it deals damage to whatever dealt damage to him. And I will give it -3/-3.
On stack, I would also give it -3/-3.
Wait, no. Yes, okay. Yours resolves, mine resolves. We're all sad. This is sad. And I will play Enchant World, called Chaos Sphere. Creatures with flying cannot block creatures without flying. Creatures without flying can block creatures with flying. So basically it's
That'll be fun to remember.
upside down. A Spirit Bond, which we already know, and a Water Spout Elemental with Kicker. When it comes into play, we return all creatures to the owner's hand, except for this one. And for the low cost, I skip my next turn.
Oh, the low cost.
Yeah, you can pay a blue to skip your next turn, which I did. And also, I will get a 1/1 Spirit. Yeah, thank you for making all the effort to Spirit. I will sacrifice it to give my 11 to Indestructible.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
Ah,
I forgot.
you brought it up yourself.
No, I also forgot the Ray. Jesus.
You-
Yes!
you-
This gate is so tough. Yes, it's still there.
On my upkeep,
So,
we enter a perilous journey. I mean, the only one here to save us from Yaspa.
Carl.
I will use the Undead Gladiator's ability to
That's a good start.
What's the hardest card to discard? I'm discarding Ardent Plea.
so far so good.
Now you got the true spirit of Judge Tower.
Get rid of all the difficult cards. It's got a lot of text out of here. I'm going to cycle the Undead Gladiator.
It's still okay with me.
So far, all is good. Let me quickly give this a read. I better not play any enchantments.
Good thing you discarded the Ardent Blade.
Yeah. See? This is why you're good at this game. I will draw for turn. Jasper, I will play an enchantment.
Yes.
Luckily, I will choose to destroy it with Ray of Revelation.
Does it resolve? Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you lose because you didn't choose a source. Even though there is no red source, you can still activate it and fail to choose something.
I spelled this game. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult. Congratulations.
Well done.
Toralf, I tried so hard. I was at the very end.
We're last hope.
I couldn't for you guys take down the owner of the Judge Tower.
Yeah, well, thank you for watching. Of course, if you like this and if you like that we play wacky and interesting new formats, please like the channel, put your comments in the section down below, and we're gonna see you next time.
See you in the next video.